Eyes Wide Open. I remember we had gotten together in December and started writing a bunch of songs, and we broke for the holidays. And kind of during that break, I came up with that riff. And when we got back together, we were going over all the songs and kind of, you know, rearranging, picking out what songs we wanted to do for the record. And I played that riff, and you guys were, I think it was just me, you, and Johnny that were sitting around. And we put it together in about 10 minutes, I think, and ended up, you know, being a song on the record. Not Again. That was one of the first songs I think we did. I think that was one of the first songs we worked on when we
in the first beginnings process.
When we got together, yeah. I remember I had that together and played, and
because I think Throw It All Away was the first song that was like finished. I think
that you sang on, yeah, and that one was written there. Came up with that riff when we were jamming, yeah. But Not Again. Actually, Not Again. You keep saying you said you didn't think it was a single.
No, I mean it's right in the documentary. I clearly stated that I just didn't think that the song was single.
I loved the way the vocals complemented the music between the aggressive part and the, you know, the real nice melody in the verses.
And I was drowning at the moment, so.
I remember the riff was, when I came up with it, I thought there's a pre-chorus part and a bridge part, and I just thought it was a pretty heavy riff that probably the heaviest thing that I thought I'd written. You've heard this before. And I wanted to write something to kind of complement that, so I came up with that pretty intro. I remember I played it and you said, oh, that's a pretty intro, and that's a heavy riff. So we just kind of started working on it and put it together.
Wannabe was, when it got time to, I mean, it was one of the last songs that I had to do. And the stress level at that point was almost unbearable. And it was, when we put this song up and the words and the way I decided to do the song started coming out, it was the first time we had laughed in the studio, and I think the whole recording vocals process, and we laughed our asses off for I don't know, for the half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour that it took for the song to be ready to go and record. And I think even while we were recording it, we were laughing. And I hope everybody gets that.
Throw It All Away, as we were saying, that was the song that came up with a riff while we were just jamming. And that was another one that came together really quickly, I think. And just started playing like that clean intro part and wrote that single line thing along with it, and you started playing the rhythm and kind of just put the song together pretty quickly in rehearsal. I think that, and you said that was the first song you sang on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the first song that actually had vocals pretty early on. Yeah. Yeah, again, I had come up with that kind of intro riff and wrote a heavier riff around it, and it was just an idea that I brought down that everybody seemed to like, and we pretty much wrote that song. But not a lot of it changed in that one. Some of the songs go through a lot of changes. That was one that kind of just stuck with the way that it was.
Not such a good story.
I know, but I have nothing for that. We've done this before, and for Take a Breath, I'm like, because there really isn't much of a story. I came down with the music for it, we played it, and you write the lyrics. Go ahead.
I like you. I like you telling that story. I like you telling that story. You just got to work on it.
Yeah, no, I have nothing for that one. I've tried. The Bottom was another one of those that we came up with after the break in January when I was sitting there with Johnny and we were.
I was there too.
Were you there when I came up with the riff? And yeah, you were. You would have been. Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
And
because I remember the whole noise making
Yeah,
process
he's like-
and adding them in spots and
Yeah. He's like, oh, I used to make all these noises on guitar, you know. I said, well, I used to do this thing where I mash the strings against the pickups, and it makes this really hideous
Crawl.
noise. Yeah. And so I just started playing that riff. And we had this other verse part that I remember you liked that was actually, I think, originally in Wannabe. That was just a cool music part that we took out of that song and ended up just fitting over that riff. So we kind of put those two parts together and wrote a bridge to it.
stuff like that happens a lot. Once a song is a song and you've got the drums down on tape, you can flip-flop things around and you can change where some things are and move things around, and it's kind of the beauty of one of the beauties of Pro Tools, that, you know, once everything is to a click and you've played it live to that click, you can then really take any piece of the song and put it anywhere.
It just doesn't make